Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where we're going to open up the Metal Build Evangelion weapon set from Neon Genesis Evangelion. This figure came out in May 2022 in Japan and retailed for 4,950 yen. This figure came out in July 2022 in the US and retailed for about $60. So now that there are 3 Eva units in the Metal Build line, obviously time for some optional part sets. We've looked at 2 so far on the channel, one way back when, and then the other one earlier this week. So I'm still waiting for my 3rd one to come in the mail because the US seems to always get this stuff later, and I didn't pre-order one from a Japanese site. But we'll take a look at these parts here. It doesn't seem like there's anything like super exciting, but figured I'd take a little look. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So some cool looking guns, nothing super amazing here. A little bit of color, but mostly just all the same color. No markings or anything like that. I mean, generally speaking, I do like the Metal Build line, but for whatever reason, I think they always kind of look a little bit more like Evas than Gundams, so I figured I'd pick up the Evas of those instead of the Robot Spirits. Also, the Metal Builds are a little bit bigger. Got a knife here. Than the Robot Spirits. I thought it would look a little weird on my shelf. I want at least all of my Gundams to scale with each other. This thing is pretty cool. Lots of little bits and pieces to make, different weapons, a lot of swords. This sword's a little nicer. It's got, kind of got some more color on the hilt there. Some more markings and stuff like that, which is a little bit nicer than that. You can probably tell I'm a little underwhelmed by this set. I mean, it wasn't like crazy expensive or anything like that, but I'm very much questioning its necessity. But got like a cool holster, and then I'm assuming that these are for clipping it on to various parts of the figure. And I assume that this is mostly for the same reason. So anyway, I'm going to probably use some of these with the Eva 02 unit because I kind of have that within arm's reach versus my other one was sort of buried under a bunch of boxes somewhere and a little harder to get to. But I'll be back with a few minutes with some final thoughts, and we can kind of take a look at what some of these weapons look like in action. Alright, and we are back. So there's not a ton to say about this one. This is a pretty short episode. I mean, I think obviously the main draw of this set is these like giant samurai swords, and if you want some like cool giant samurai swords for your Evas, then you should probably get it. And I mean, who wouldn't? I guess my only issue is that right now I kind of like I think that these already have so many different weapons between the other one that I looked at and this one that I don't really have a good use for them. Maybe when I get the 3rd one, the yellow one, I always forget what number that is, maybe 00. Then maybe I'll do some pose with a samurai sword. I'm not sure what that comes with, but I kind of already like this cool like squatting pose, and obviously the other one I have with the sword, the spear of Lungingus or whatever the heck it's called. So I just kind of have him here. I will say it looks pretty awesome that he just has like all this like firepower on him. He's got like the daggers, he's got the switchblade, he's got a gun, he's got a rifle, and then just in case he's got like 2 samurai swords. So that's pretty cool. I'll tilt it to the side here just so you can kind of see them sort of mounted on its shoulder. And also kind of as I had said with the Eva 2 video, that posing this was kind of hard, so I really didn't want to like completely destroy my pose to do another pose that I didn't really like. So I think that we'll probably revisit some of these pieces when I look at future Metal Build Eva figures. And I mean, I definitely would like to see the line continue. There's 3 right now, 2 of which I have, 1 of which I'm still waiting for in the mail. I'd like to see all the different colors. I mean, can you really have people are going to buy them, right? If they make Eva whatever, people are going to buy them. So yeah, like I said, if you like the swords, get it. If you don't like the swords, probably skippable. Especially if I've already spent quite a bit of money on the figures themselves. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a like or subscribe. If you're interested in seeing something either with this figure or some other figures, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Anyway, thanks so much and keep collecting.